Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, Managing Partner with Levinson and Associates. With me today, we have Joseph Lochran, our Marketing Vice President, and our special guest speaker, Andrea Blanchard. So first off, I want to thank everybody for taking the time, especially before a busy holiday weekend. So we definitely appreciate that. We know everyone is thinking about plans for the weekend and where they're going to see fireworks. So life insurance kind of takes a back seat, as we know. But what we wanted to dive into today is a huge market and a great opportunity for you to get your foot in the door and talk about life insurance, which we know that's where sales are made, that's where clients receive help, and that's where we make our income, obviously. So we as agents and IMOs and BGAs, we're always looking for a new story to tell or a new hot product that, kind of puts a different spin on life insurance. Even say term with return of premium or term with living benefits, is a way to spin life insurance as, hey, let's talk about life insurance that pays while you're still alive versus, the old type of life insurance that doesn't trigger or benefit until you die, unfortunately, which is always a tough story to tell. So mortgage protection life insurance has been around for years, as we all know, but we have put together an awesome program just for the Levinson agents. So, and we're really, really proud of this. So we have, and we all know there's no perfect lead program, okay? We have tried hundreds of various internet leads and mailer programs and, different seminar invites and ideas, and I mean tons and tons of stuff. And one time, okay, and we've been doing this since 1972, one time we came up with a great program, and that's the Mortgage Protection Mailer Lead Program. The program works. If you're willing to put the time in, you're willing to follow up, the program works, and it's priced very competitively. It's a co-op program. We pay for some of the fees. You get 2 to 3 free leads with every order. It really is a win-win. It's been around now for almost 4 years. And we are now, okay, so 2017 will end this year in about $1 million worth of lead sales. Now, keep in mind, we don't make any money on the leads. It costs us money for you to participate. So we obviously aren't pushing the lead program. We are pushing for you to sell more product, which is where we make our override, you make your commission, everybody wins. So it really is a win-win. And the Mortgage Protection Mailer Program is a way to talk to new homeowners, or let's say homeowners that just took out a refi and you're getting all of their information. It's a way to share the story and talk about protecting their biggest investment, which is their home, and having their beneficiary covered in case anything happens. So the program works. We have tons of testimonials. We even have our lead program training on the 13th of this month with the creator of the program. Then we have a special guest speaker, one of our agents from Texas, who's been using the program since day one. We're going to have everybody on that live webinar. That's July 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So make note of that. But the point is, we have put together an awesome mortgage protection lead system that works. We have various scripts. We have FAQs. We have a bunch of non-med term products and carriers that you can sell over the phone with e-applications, drop tickets, e-policy delivery, you name it. We have everything already put together for you, and of course there's no charge for any of this. Now, one of our main carriers who we try to use when you can, so they have a non-med term product up to $350,000 with all the bells and whistles, e-application, that's offered by Assurity Life, okay? And just recently, and actually Andrea is our RVP for Assurity Life, we have become their top IMO in this part of the region in the last few months. So we're doing something right. So Assurity is the go-to carrier that most of our agents that are participating in our lead programs are using. So we thought it was important enough for Andrea to be on here on behalf of Assurity Life, and she has put together an awesome presentation that talks all about new home buyers and mortgage protection sales ideas, which is right up our alley. So we thought it was important enough for her to be on here and share this with our field force, because this is exactly the direction that we're all heading. Lots and lots of sales to be made in the mortgage protection space. So with that said, moving forward, we're going to jump right into our presentation. Andrea is going to come on in about 5 minutes, and then we have a tablet giveaway for the holiday weekend. So we're going to give this to the 100th registrant. We'll announce this at the end of today's presentation, and then we'll drop that in the mail. In fact, you'll probably have it before the weekend or right after, so figure by Wednesday. Okay, so the exclusive mortgage protection mail or lead program that we put together, all the details are right in front of you. So no shared leads. Each order is exclusive to each agent that places the order. The minimum order is 14 leads. That's per week. So every Monday we place the lead orders, and you receive your leads within 24 hours by the end of the following day. So that's by Tuesday, typically before 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The lead cost is $18 per lead, and we give away 2 free leads for every order of 14. If you order 17, you get 3. If you order 20, you get 4. There's no minimum order requirements, okay? So we don't come to you and keep charging your credit card and saying, you were in last week, so that means you're in this week. It doesn't work like that. We wait to hear from you before any orders are placed. Very, very important. We put a ton of dollars and resources and sweat into this program. The only thing we ask in return is any business that is generated through the lead program must be placed back through Levinson and Associates. We use a third-party company for spot checks, so please make sure that we never have to ban you from the program. Very important there. We put a lot of dollars into this to make sure our agents have a special program that they can't get anywhere else. That's the only thing that we ask in return. Now, my favorite part on the bottom there, every single lead that you write, we actually reimburse you for the lead cost. Okay, so our agents are selling 2 to 3 on the average for every order of 14. So that means right off the bat, you're going to get back 30 to 40 bucks just from the lead costs for those leads that were sold. So it really is a no-brainer. I suggest if you haven't tried it, give this a shot once or twice. See what you think. I know if you work it consistently and you follow up, you will make sales. And Kent, who's our guest speaker agent, just popped a $40,000 case in the last 3 weeks. So I know they're out there. Okay, lots of money to be made here. All right, moving forward, we're going to talk about some of the resources that we put together for our agents. If you go on our website, you'll see the Agent Tools button, and then you'll see a Leads Program option. You click there, and everything is right in front of you. We have our mortgage lead FAQs. We have a term and final expense close, and then we have the ultimate cross-selling close. Now, keep in mind, this works great, obviously, for our lead program, but any sales calls that you're making, even if you're using other lead programs, which is fine with us. Take advantage of this. Everything was already done for you. Print it out, study these things, and if you can pick up an idea or two, great. Okay, obviously, it's a win situation, especially if you sell a policy. We also brought in a consultant, and this man is awesome. When it comes to direct-to-consumer sales, in fact, he created the whole Transamerica D2C channel. The guy is amazing. We've spent thousands of dollars to bring him in for a 3-part training series. We have everything available with a recorded webinar, If you want, or you want to, let's say you want to take a look at part 1, part 2, or part 3, or skip around, let us know. We will email that out to you. Shoot us an email, or we have a request form on that part of the website. But take advantage of this stuff. I mean, even if you've been around forever, you know how to sell, that's great. But again, if you can pick up an idea or two, especially using today's technology, then great. Okay, it's a win, and it didn't cost you anything. Okay, that's the reason why we put all this stuff together for you. Joe's going to talk about some of our various resources that we have available to you, and then we're going to jump into the Agency Automator and show you how to dig up 1,000 new leads every month at no charge. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So what you're looking at on the screen now is actually what Bill was referencing. That 3-part telesales webinar is available right through the website. Really kind of drills down on how to develop that telesale and really kind of close more business. So another great bonus piece is the 7 Habits of Telesales Mastery. We'll go ahead and email that out at the end of today's webinar, so you can have all those resources at your fingertips. Another great thing that we've done when it comes to protecting clients from mortgage protection and specifically looking at a lot of the products that are out there, we have a ton of simplified issue products, including the Assurity product line. We actually created a section right on KerryLevinson.com where you can actually go underneath that product section, click on Simplified Issues / Non-Med Plans, and actually see every single one of those products. You can see all the presentation material, the PowerPoints, even some consumer videos and flyers to help you actually kind of narrow down what product might be best for that client. And of course, you can always use that interactive quote engine right on the website, and you can actually specify to only see simplified issue products that have an e-application or a drop ticket. So all those resources are available in real time. Additionally here, like Bill mentioned, Agency Automator, we mentioned this in the email that we sent out regarding this webinar, possibly one of, we feel for this industry, one of the best tools you can have to not only automate your follow-ups, stay in touch with your clients, but also how to uncover new prospects. And I'm going to actually go through a couple slides here, and at the end I'll show you specifically a plan you can put together to actually get in touch with new homeowners and new clients in your area that are going to need specifically the mortgage protection sales concept. So the Agency Automator really has 2 parts. The first part is what you're looking at on the screen. It's a CRM platform, which stands for Customer Relationship Management. So it actually houses all of your client data, all the sales opportunities. It actually has an email marketing tool that's built into the system, which you can actually see on the right-hand side of this slide. You can actually drill through and kind of mine through your existing client database, keep your name in front of those prospects, and really cross-sell all different products. You can set up automated birthday emails, automated conversion deadline emails. Everything is included in that platform for you to keep your name in front of that client. Now, the second part is the prospecting tool. This actually allows you to access 2 different databases. There's a consumer database, which has just over 28 million records, and a business database, which has just over 6.7 million records. So you have the ability every single month to go into that database, pull down 1,000 records, and you can actually pick the specific demographics you're looking for. So this is great if you're looking to sell the mortgage protection sales concept, whether it be life insurance or disability or accidental death. What I did here as an example is I actually put in the zip code of the office here, and I actually looked at the age groups that would be most popular to actually purchase mortgage protection insurance. And then I looked at people that actually owned a home, and I looked at the purchase price. And in just a 25-mile radius of the office here, I said to the system, show me clients that meet this criteria that have a purchase price of at least $400,000 on their home. And I got just over 3,000 results. So what I can do now is use the automated system inside of Agency Automator to actually send ready-made campaigns that have all my contact information actually included in that email. You can even include your website, which we provide to you through insprofessional.com. And the whole idea is that you're keeping your name in front of those clients, you're introducing yourself, and you can actually set up to 5 different follow-ups for that specific prospect. So maybe the first email can be an introductory email about who you are and what you do. The second one might give them the option to run quotes for term insurance, and maybe the third or fourth option could talk about disability income and some other options to look at to make sure they're going to be able to pay their mortgage and pay off the home if something other than death should occur. So this is a completely automated system. We actually have close to 1,000 different templates inside the platform. So it's very simple, very easy for you to go in and actually automate your entire marketing campaign. We've really built this from the ground up to be a completely turnkey system. And on the right-hand side, there's a sample template there. You can choose from different images and platforms. It's all very, very simple to use, and we host trainings twice a week to actually make sure you can turn on this platform and get up and running in about 48 hours. One quick thing before I turn it back over to Bill here, I do want to mention before we dive into the Assurity product line, we do have a section on our website underneath product information and brochures that is just dedicated to the Assurity product line. You can actually look at all the guides, all the brochures. Assurity does a great job of providing some really neat consumer material. We even have some videos on there, not only to help you sell products, but also to help explain products to the clients. That's all available, again, on KerryLevinson.com, and of course, we'll be sending out those links after today's webinar.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Yeah, and the one thing I'll mention too, that agency automator platform, there is nothing else available where you can go in and look at millions of prospects, okay, and dial in any criteria, okay. You can say, and as Joe said, I'll echo his thoughts, have a $500,000 home value, and married couple with the average age range of let's say 40, okay. Perfect scope for mortgage protection prospects. Send out your mailer, send out your e-blast, follow up with a phone call, and your percentage for turnover is going to be very high. So you have to think outside of the box and take advantage of these tools and resources that we put together, because nobody else has this stuff, especially at no charge. So get your arms wrapped around this. We have in fact, we have two trainings next week, and then 2 to 3 trainings every week after that are live trainings for the agency automator with the creator and us. We'll be on some of those calls as well. You can ask questions, open dialogue, but get your arms wrapped around this. Okay, so without further ado, I want to introduce a good friend of mine and also our RVP with Assurity Life, Andrea Blanchard. Andrea?
Well, thank you, Bill, for that introduction and the opportunity to be in front of your agents today. I know that you and I have known each other for quite a while now, and we've always had a great relationship with our organizations with the goal of helping your agents that you work with, increase their business. So I know that you care about them. You do a phenomenal job with opportunities like this and at your conference every year in providing ideas for education and value, and even the systems and processes you have put in place really help set people up for success. So we really appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
So today we're going to dive in. This is going to be a very quick presentation. We're going to talk a little bit about home sales. During the summer months, home sales heat up, and I'm really excited to share with you some new ideas to help you grow your prospects and sales with actionable things that you can actually do today. So a little bit about Assurity. Maybe you know who we are, maybe you don't. But if you don't know, I want you to remember 3 different points here. First of all, we're a very financially stable company. We have over 125 years of legacy in the business out of the Lincoln, Nebraska area. We do have our 2016 annual report ready and out on our website, and that's information that the Levinsons can also help share with you if you need. We cover multiple risks. We're really focused on middle-income America, and we can be your go-to for life, disability insurance, and critical illness in that space. There's several different underwriting options available depending on how involved your client wants to be in that process. So be sure to check out our simplified, non-medical, and fully underwritten products. So enough about Assurity, and let's take a look at what we'll be covering today. So in today's webinar, we're really going to take a look at strategies that will help you grow your sales during these summer months. First, we're going to take a look at the current market, who's buying homes, when they're buying, the median home sales, and more. Second, we're going to look at insurance solutions for mortgage protection that aren't traditional term insurance. And next, we're going to share some ideas on finding and reaching out to home buyers. Then we'll wrap up with some information on how we can help you. And again, I want to keep this short, so we're going to get started. I want you to take a quick moment and think about this. If you own a home, or if you know somebody who has purchased a home, in what month did they buy that house? If you've had any friends, families, or relatives that have purchased a home, or if you know anybody currently in the market, when did they look, when did they buy? Well, statistically speaking, it was probably in June, July, or August, because that's when home sales are the highest. And why should you care about that? Well, because when a client or prospect purchases a home, it gives you a reason to reach out to them about reviewing their insurance coverage. It's an exciting time for the family, and it's a good time to talk about ways to ensure the family can stay in that home, even if something were to happen to them. Why do people buy homes? Well, the two biggest reasons are they get married or they have children. Your conversation might be more than having enough insurance to cover the mortgage. Questions I like to ask when working with my clients is, why did you decide to buy a home? You can leverage that information in your conversation, because we all know that selling insurance is about having a conversation and providing a solution to problems. So you can leverage that information on why they bought their home and explaining the benefits of the solutions you're going to present. As you can see, the median cost of all homes sold is $244,800. In my opinion, this number isn't as important as the fact that 88% of home buyers financed a portion of their purchase. The reason the statistic is important is because if something were to happen to the income earners, for example, an unexpected death or getting hurt, sick, and unable to work, having a disability, that house payment is not going to go away. If they want to take the steps to ensure their family can stay in the home if one of these events occur, then they should consider products that will give them the cash to pay their mortgage. Millennials sometimes get a bad rap. I know that's kind of the buzzword in the industry right now, the millennial generation. I have heard people say that they don't see the value in our products and they would rather live in a downtown apartment than buy a house in a boring suburb. But what I've asked myself, is that true? What I found, according to the National Association of Realtors, is that the millennial demographic comprises of 34% of all home purchases. So you can't overlook that younger generation as prospects. In fact, maybe some of your baby boomer clients can introduce you to their children who might have a need for the services you provide. We're going to focus on the two largest audiences for the first-time home buyers, and that's going to be millennials and Generation X. And that makes sense, right? Because earlier in the presentation, we talked about how the trigger for buying a home, the two biggest triggers are getting married and having children. So our millennial demographic and Generation X demographics are in that age range where those life events typically happen. So there are a couple of differences I have noticed between these two demographics. The first one is the median household for Generation X is higher. And this might mean that they're more willing to spend a portion of their income on insurance projects. They're also buying more expensive homes, which could result in bigger policies. So I want you to think about what product you typically sell to protect someone's mortgage. Most of us, when we think about mortgage protection, we think about term insurance. And that makes sense because a mortgage is a temporary problem, right? It's not meant to exist forever. At some point, the goal is to have the home paid off. And term coverage fits that need very well. Well, the reason why I'm here today is to talk about different strategies to ensure a family can stay in their home in the event of an accidental death or a disability. There are several products available to accomplish this, and my goal is to look at a couple products in Assurity's portfolio that are often overlooked in this marketplace. So let's take a look at a couple of options the client has. If you Google the term mortgage protection, you might find websites talking about PMI, or private mortgage insurance. This is not the type of insurance we're talking about today. PMI is a type of insurance that benefits the lenders rather than the homeowners. It's required for most home loans that don't have at least a 20% down payment. The homeowners buy and pay for it, but it doesn't cover them. In a nutshell, it protects the lender if the loan goes into default. Term insurance is also seen as a traditional product to protect one's mortgage. We mentioned that just a few moments ago, and it makes sense. You can sell a 15 or 30-year term, which are common mortgage lengths. And we do have a great term product for that, and we have several agents that focus on that market. You might have even sat in on a webinar a little while ago that Seth Groff, our product specialist, did that talked about the product being packaged with a disability income rider or a critical illness rider. And that's still a great solution, but today we're going to look at these other options. We're going to look at, the first thing we're going to look at is the accidental death and disability benefit at a lower cost. That's AxiFlex. And then we'll take a look at simplified DI. Now, I will make a quick note of this. Levinson's is a great organization, and they do business all over the nation. For those of you who might be in the state of Florida, the simplified disability product is not available. However, we do have a Century Plus disability product that has some great non-medical limits that require no income verification within certain limits that you could utilize instead. And it has a great definition of disability as well. So you can use these concepts and you can apply these ideas even if you reside in the state of Florida. Both of the products that we're going to be talking about today feature express underwriting and don't require any exams, so they are a very attractive option for both your prospects and you, because today it seems like it's all about convenience. I want to make one thing very clear on this slide. AxiFlex pays a benefit if the client dies due to an accident. And it's important to explain the differences between this product and other alternatives. I recommend showing them the term and even a permanent solution. I like to show AxiFlex if the client thinks other solutions are too expensive, if they have what I call a Superman syndrome, or they don't think they will die. You know, we're talking about some younger demographics here, the millennials and the Generation X. You know, a lot of them do have the mentality, well, nothing's going to happen to me. You know, if I were to prematurely die, it would be due to the result of an accident. Or perhaps your client just can't qualify for traditional coverage due to a health condition. So just make sure they know it's an accident-only death benefit. AxiFlex is an affordable mortgage protection product for millennials who are purchasing their first homes and may be looking for a solution beyond traditional term life insurance. Unintentional injuries or accidents are the leading cause of death for adults aged 25 to 44, according to the CDC. That makes AxiFlex an attractive product for the millennial generation. Many of those folks are facing high student loan and consumer debt, and they may not have the monthly income for traditional life insurance. AxiFlex offers protection of up to $350,000 in the event of accidental death. The accident-only disability rider can provide monthly benefits of up to $1,800 in the event of a total disability caused by an accident. An optional return of premium rider also returns paid premiums back to clients if their policies are still in force at age 75 or if the policy is terminated early. So some great features and options there. AxiFlex with a total disability rider would be a great choice for our case study today. Annie is a 29-year-old married real estate agent earning $55,000 per year. She and her husband recently purchased a new home for $195,000, but due to Annie's commission-based income and her other monthly payments, auto loan, credit card debt, and student loans, she can't afford traditional term insurance. For less than $30 per month, Annie can cover her mortgage and up to $1,800 of her monthly income in the event of an accidental death or accidental disability. AxiFlex provides nearly immediate protection. The underwriting process is non-medical and includes a very simple questionnaire. Unlike life insurance policies that require a paramed and blood tests, the AxiFlex plan is issued within 2 business days. Provided your client meets the qualifications, there's pretty much only one health question, and it's related to whether or not you've had HIV or AIDS. The benefits are going to be paid directly to the clients. So once your clients are accepted, their premiums can't be raised, and they're guaranteed up to age 75 as long as they continue their payments. This coverage would be an affordable option for young families like Annie who want mortgage protection but don't want to pay for the traditional coverage. Just remember, this is an accidental death benefit and accidental DI plan. You need to make sure that your clients are very aware of that fact. Consider talking about disability insurance with repeat home buyers. The reason why DI might work in this market is they're probably farther along in their career, so they might have more discretionary income if they're willing to spend. Also, they might already have life insurance and feel like they don't need to talk to you. So here's a new concept that can protect against a risk they haven't thought about. Total disability may drain emergency and retirement savings. Simplified DI is a great option for home buyers who may need mortgage protection and can be written for any amount of up to $3,000 per month to cover their expenses. Benefit periods include 6 months, 1 or 2 years. For clients, it's an easy application process, no medical tests required, and it's guaranteed renewable to age 67. You can add a CI rider, which provides a lump sum payment at the diagnosis of a heart attack, stroke, or invasive cancer. There's a retroactive injury benefit rider, which pays benefits retroactively from day one when the disability is the result of an injury. And a return of premium rider, which pays 100% of premiums back to your clients, less any benefits received when the policy expires at age 67. So simplified DI is an excellent option for producers who have very little experience selling DI but want to increase their sales. There's a 4-day underwriting process that includes a brief application, no financial information or medical tests. In addition, the EAP process makes it even easier with faster processing times. Simplified DI with a return of premium rider would be a great choice for today's case study. Scott is a 32-year-old freelance web developer. He and his wife recently had a second child and purchased a larger home for $300,000. The good news is they were able to put down a $45,000 down payment. However, despite having 2 incomes, Scott and his wife have student loan debt and an auto loan. Tom can get simplified DI coverage with a fast non-medical underwriting process that will cover their $1,548 monthly mortgage if he becomes disabled for up to 2 years. And if he never uses his coverage, he can get 100% of his premiums back with the return of premium rider. So this is one of those situations where we know that the coverage is needed, right? We know that they need the coverage, but perhaps they can't afford to cover their entire salary for the income protection, the disability coverage. So let's at least get that mortgage taken care of. So if something were to happen, they got hurt, sick, and unable to work, they'd still be able to stay in their home. So writing simplified DI for mortgage protection is a new way to think about this long-established and trusted product. With no medical exams and an express underwriting process, it's a convenient choice for clients like Scott, who are upgrading their homes but want affordable coverage to complement their existing coverage. And I think I called him Scott and Tom and Scott, but our gentleman there, he has a great option with that simplified DI product. So we've talked about ways to think beyond traditional life insurance when it comes to mortgage protection. So the next question is, where do you find home buyers? Well, here's a few tips to consider. Do you have a relationship with a real estate agent? If not, make one. Real estate agents are working directly with home buyers and could be a good referral lead for homeowners once the sale is closed. There's also social media. You're likely already active on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, perhaps all three. Interact with your personal and professional network. Take note of who might be in the market for a new home. You know, if you take advantage of the LEAD program that Bill talked about earlier and Joseph talked about earlier, you know, you're going to have a great network of people. You know, people are buying homes. They might have friends and family who are also purchasing homes. So be sure to, you know, ask for those referrals, utilize those social media. Anytime there's a big life event such as marriage, divorce, having children, it's a great way to initiate a conversation with a new or current prospect. You can review their current coverage and offer solutions that really fit that new life of theirs. Public records and property purchases or deed transfers are also another great way to learn who's buying homes and where. It takes a little work to sort through local newspapers and records, but it can be a great way to find homeowners in need of mortgage protection and prospect those current clients. You know, I talked about if you utilize the lead sources or have other alternatives for finding clients, you know, make sure that you're really working that and you're working it hard. People need to reevaluate their current coverage and needs based on their lives. So find out if any of those individuals have experienced a major event and need to adjust their coverage, and ask for word of mouth. Happy clients can be one of your best assets. Don't be afraid to ask them to recommend you to their friends or colleagues who may be, you know, looking for that new or second home. So those are just a few suggestions to get you started, keep you going. Make 2 lists, one for prospects and one for people who might know people who have already or recently purchased a home. So I want to thank you all for joining us today. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to the Levinson office. They are there to help you and to help you succeed. You can also follow Assurity on social media as well. It's a great way to stay up to date on everything Assurity. If you'd like to connect with us directly, please reach out via the information on this slide. I know we're going to be providing, we've already provided the Levinsons with a copy of today's presentation, so they'll be getting that information out to you. And I want to thank you all once again for joining us.
Thank you. Great job, Andrea. We appreciate it. Some great tips there. I even learned a few things, which is awesome. So we appreciate you taking the time, Andrea. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, you know, a couple things, too, I'm going to mention. You know, as I said earlier, we're always looking for new ways to spin life insurance, to make it a story that the client actually gets excited about talking about and diving into and asking for a quote. So, you know, mortgage protection, huge door opener, as we all know, been around for years and years. It's proven itself to be a billion-dollar industry. No-brainer. Another good tip is mortgage brokers, banks, typically, okay, now it depends on the broker and the financial institution, but they don't want to fund the mortgage or the home and sell the life insurance policy to protect the mortgage because it's a conflict of interest. So what a great way to network or to cross-sell or to, you know, find, there's so many mortgage brokers out there. I mean, just pick up the phone. You can start cold calling in your area, you know, set up a face-to-face meeting. If they want to get licensed, you can do a commission split or an override situation or a bonus arrangement. You know, totally up to you, but there's lots of ways to cross-sell and open new doors. Also, all of those products that you just heard from Andrea, they all come with our scholarship platform at no charge. So, you know, let's just say maybe it's a client that didn't just refi or purchase a new home, but they have 2 children, you know, 3 and 6 years old. Well, talk about college planning, college funding. Use a whole life or universal life, right? Use the cash value that accrues in 10, 15, 20 years on top of our $40,000 scholarship, and you just about paid for a full 4-year tuition. So, you talk about being Superman or Superwoman with this situation. You're going to get tons of referrals. You're going to be a king or queen to this client. So, use some of these ideas. Again, it's the new life insurance. It's home protection. It's term with living benefits, return of premium. It's using a free scholarship. Spin that pitch with life insurance. Tons and tons of angles here. Anyway, I just want you to think outside the box. There's tons of various marketing ideas, concepts. We have a lot of mailers and videos that we already put together that we can send you, or they're all available on our website under marketing. Okay, so just a few things. We're done in just 2 minutes, and then we'll announce today's winner as well. Okay, so some of the upcoming agent training events, very important because, Agency Automator, yeah, it sounds great, 1,000 new prospects to talk to every month, but how does it work? How do I get my arms wrapped around this software, this CRM tool, if you will? Okay, jump on these webinars every single Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern. The creator, okay, and us, we're typically on as well, but 100% of the time, the creator of the program is hosting live. You can ask questions. You can go back and forth every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern. This is a must. It's like trying to drive a car with no tires. I mean, that's how important Agency Automator is, or any CRM tool for that matter. The reason why I love ours, because it's the only one that allows you to go in and capture 1,000 new prospects every month to market to with a name, phone number, email, and address. So great stuff there. Automator Plus right below that, same concept, but it's used to go in and recruit new agents to build your own hierarchy or downline. And then we have all the tools that come to you as a Levinson GA. Okay, so you can use our story, our sizzle, our tools and technology to go out and recruit agents, okay, and make 5%, 20%, whatever override that you want for your agents, no problem. So we have Agency Automator and Agency Automator Plus. Those webinars are every Monday and Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, this is the webinar I was talking about earlier, our exclusive mortgage protection lead program. We're going to dive in with the creator, with our special guest speaker agent from Texas. He'll be on. We're going to talk about some new ideas, new scripts. We're going to do some storytelling. Great time to spend with us on the 13th, 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll definitely walk away with some ideas. Even if you've heard that webinar before, this is going to be a little different with some new information, some new sales ideas built around mortgage protection. Don't miss that one on the 13th, 2 p.m. Eastern. On the bottom there, we have a brand new single premium indexed UL with North American. We're doing an official product rollout on the 20th. At 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a great annuity alternative single premium IUL product from North American. Okay, our last slide here, and we're going to close up today's webinar, and we're actually right on time for once, which is always nice. So couldn't be any more excited. You're going to see this in your mailbox in the next few days. So we are on the cover of Insurance Newsnet magazine. This is the 5th year in a row. We are so excited. We were actually picked as 2017's fastest growing life insurance IMO in the country. We are so proud of this, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart. I know all of our staff here feels the same exact way. We wouldn't be here without you guys and girls. We would not be in this position without our agents. We're at 11,000 agents now in every city in the U.S., and we couldn't have got to this point without everyone that's on this phone call and all of our agents out there in the field. So we truly appreciate it, and I mean that. I don't know how else to say it, but we would never be here if it wasn't for you. We're not going to stop here. We're going to constantly grow this iGenius sales platform, bring new tools, new technology to the table, new products that only you can go out and sell and market to other agents. Okay, that's our promise to you, and we fulfilled that, and it's only going to get bigger and better. As you can see on the right side, those are real-life agents. In fact, some of them are on this call today. You'll see her name and picture on the bottom. Those are testimonials. We didn't ask for those. I mean, they shared these stories with us on our Facebook page, on the Levinson Facebook page, and said, hey, I want to share this with other agents because I'm having such a great experience. And we're not perfect. Okay, we don't claim to be perfect, but our promise is always we're going to do the best we can. And if there's a mistake, we are going to fix it, and we'll stand behind that every step of the way. So read that issue of Insurance Newsnet magazine, the July edition. So exciting. Again, couldn't be happier for us, our organization, and our agents. It's just an unreal feeling, and it's only going to get bigger and better, folks. Okay, the tablet giveaway to the 100th registrant is Mr. Claypool. Mr. Claypool, congratulations. We will mail that out before the weekend. With that said, have a wonderful holiday weekend, great selling, and we truly appreciate your commitment to Levinson and what we have all accomplished as one unit moving forward into the future. Have a great rest of the week, a good weekend, and great selling. Take care.